The immortal John Hancock here, and today I'm celebrating memories of the original PlayStation. I can't believe it came out over 30 years ago. I know a lot of people have talked about their connections to the original PlayStation, and gosh, it's came so far. You know, still going strong. The brand is still around and really doing some awesome things. And so today I thought I'd talk about the original PlayStation and my connection to it, my happiest memories. I didn't get a PlayStation right when it came out. I waited till it had analog controller and got one used from a friend who's actually having issues with this PlayStation, but I was able to make it work and have it limp to the finish line. And so I have fond memories. I remember getting a PlayStation around 1996, maybe late 96, and a lot of the games that I picked up were used. And I went to a Software Etc., eventually working at the same place later on, but had so many great experiences. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my connection with the original PlayStation, the games that I played. But anyways, let's talk about this. Anyways, thank you so much for viewing this video. I have several videos. If you want to check them out, you can. Anyways, first up, a game that really got me connected to racing games, and this came out and I was just in the mood for it. Futuristic racer, and that's Wipeout XL. Wipeout XL to me was a great early entry point to show the power of what PlayStation can do. And you know what? This was a fantastic game and had an amazing soundtrack. Now, this was the second one to come out. There was an original Wipeout. This to me is kind of the sweet spot, Wipeout XL. It just, to me, had some awesome features in it. Really loved the track design in this, and you felt like you went super fast. Anyways, big fan of Wipeout XL, and that gives me that's a thumbs up for me. When it came to fighting games, I was a big Tekken fan, and it really wasn't until Tekken 3, and I was blown away. This came out later, but me and a roommate played quite a bit of this. Played the extra modes, Tekken Ball. Really impressed that Namco was able to pull this arcade off. And so I actually at the time was close to a arcade gold mine that had Tekken 3. So playing the home version of this was pretty fantastic. I'm a big fan of Tekken 3. Still one of my favorite games on the original PlayStation. And picked this up and really enjoyed it. I like playing Paul Phoenix, by the way. He's my favorite character in that game. You know, to me, Twisted Metal 2 for the original PlayStation was my best experience. All the extra codes and characters in it. Played quite a bit of this. And so Twisted Metal 2, didn't really play a lot of the first one, kind of missed that when it came out. And I really sunk my teeth into Twisted Metal 2. Played all the characters, a lot of cool unlockables in this, and different abilities. So if you're looking for a great classic original PlayStation game, check out Twisted Metal 2. Alright, I have a fascination with this next game, and I don't know why I dug so deep into it, but it was in the late 90s, and I really got connected to playing quite a bit of Monster Rancher 2. So Monster Rancher 2 essentially generates creatures that you train to fight using different CDs. And back in the day, there was lots of unlockables and cool things in this game. And it was kind of fun to experiment. You know, I really wasn't using the internet to figure out what did what. So I just took my CD music collection and it generated a bunch of different characters, different creatures in this game. And so playing different animals, I really got fascinated with, of all things, raising bunny rabbits in the game. And they were pretty good fighters. And really enjoyed the randomness of this game. And I don't know, there was a lot of replayability. I really enjoyed that aspect of the game when I had a lot more time playing games. So Monster Rancher 2 for sure. And then there's games like Driver. So Driver was a game, to me, was a game that I didn't really play a lot of it. I kind of replayed the chase scenes, the survival mode, I think is what it was called, and played that and I really enjoyed that aspect of the game. And what's kind of neat about PlayStation era is that there was games got popular with demo discs. I know Driver demo disc was really popular, and that actually inspired me to pick up the game. And it's important to note that the releases on the PlayStation at the time were really affordable, and I think that really drove the market at the time when game releases on other platforms, I'm kind of looking at the N64, were so much more expensive. Typically you could save $20 to $30 and get a PlayStation release. Now, Driver was on PC as well, but you know what? It kind of inspired me to go check it out because the demo disc that PlayStation offered, that was a big aspect of the original PlayStation. It's important to note. And fantastic, the first one. I like the first one better than the second one, but it's essentially that survival mode. Played that over and over and over again. Next was not the greatest release, but I'm such a huge fan of the original game, Robotron 2084. I did pick up Robotron X, and so it was used at Software Etc. and played quite a bit of this. So Robotron X is like a 3D take on Robotron, and there is an N64 version, which I do think I like a little bit more, but played quite a bit of this, and it was a good example of the vast library of PlayStation. It had literally every game you could think of covered. And you know what? The games typically were cheaper than counterparts, and really enjoyed that. I was a big fan of EA's Desert Strike and Jungle Strike on the Sega Genesis. And by the late 90s, I had transitioned from my Sega setup to PlayStation and N64. And I have to say that I played quite a bit of Nuclear Strike. And this was a sequel follow-up to Soviet Strike. Played more Nuclear Strike than I remember. Fantastic release. Had all the cool things of the earlier Strike games with better graphics. And so, yeah, fantastic release. The other thing that was kind of crazy is at some point there was some budget releases. I'm talking super budget releases. I'm not talking the greatest hits line, which was fantastic, and Sony offered a lot of their greatest hits for like $20. But Take-Two Interactive is an example of a company that went even further, and they offered $10 releases on physical. It was nuts. And most of the games were just kind of okay. So there was a few good $10 releases. One was a discount Diablo game called Darkstone. Now, it's better on PC. I do believe you can get it on Steam. Haven't played this game in a long time, but played this game way more than I want to admit to. Darkstone was a pretty competent action RPG. And it's a loot game where you can choose different characters, and I don't know how long the actual campaign is. It's been a long time since I played this, but I remember picking it up for $10 and enjoying it quite a bit. So if you're looking for kind of an inexpensive action RPG and may have not checked it out, I thought it was better than Diablo on the original PlayStation. Though a lot of people played that Diablo version, I played the PC version, so I couldn't play the PlayStation version. I played Darkstone, though. Played quite a bit. Anyways, fantastic. There's two final games I have to mention, and this is the first game that I stayed home from work to play, and that's Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo was my introduction to sim racing, and I really was blown away by how many different things were in this game. It's such a fantastic racer, so well done. I hadn't played anything really like it, and it blew away any other racer on the market at the time. And I know there's some other fantastic sim racing games out now. It's nice to see Gran Turismo still around, but yeah, really played this quite a bit, and probably of all the games I've shown today, played this one almost the most. It's kind of a toss-up between this, Monster Rancher, and Tekken 3 for how much I played. Great game. And last and definitely not least was Final Fantasy VII. And it was just the game release that really kind of destroyed other consoles, because on consoles there wasn't anything like this. And it was such an excellent RPG. I never beat it. played it multiple hours. So I got, I want to say I got to one of the weapons, but really enjoyed what I played of it back in the day. It definitely was an example of how you needed a memory card to play games and save them, and how important memory cards were on your progress. I never had my game save erased, but definitely in the comments let me know if you experienced that, because that was an issue back then. So yeah, that's it. That's my happiest memories of the original PlayStation games. And 30 years, wow, can't believe it's been so long. Here's the PlayStation gaming moving forward. They've had an excellent year and many releases, and I look forward to having some time to sit down and playing some. Anyways, thank you so much for viewing this video. If you like what you see, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the immortal John Hancock, and you take care.